I'm out of surgery, as you might could tell. I've drank, I've eaten, and this one's really exciting, I peed. If you know, you know how important that is to do before you're allowed to leave the hospital. So I feel a little wonky, but not terrible. So we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna finish eating and then wait for my friend to come pick me up. Woohoo! I'll find out more details of the surgery later too, so let's... Yeah, that's it, because my brain's a little wonky. Bye. Hello. I know, Monday to Tuesday. 2 days, 3 days post-op. I don't know how it works, but I just wanted to hop on and do a quick update. It's weird. I feel weird, but good, better in some ways and worse in other ways. I don't know how really to describe it, but I've just been trying to take my time and rest and be kind to myself, because this is a lot that my body's gone through. And I've got everything I need here. I'm just trying to be calm and rest, and I've got some good feline cuddle buddies that keeping me nice and warm today. So the biggest update today is I showered, and if you know, you know, I also pooped for the first time. And it went weirdly, but still better than I expected. So it's been a pretty big day. Gonna rest some more and then give you more updates once I'm feeling a little bit more together, I guess. My brain is still a bit fuzzy. Take care. Let me tell you, this recovery has been interesting, to say the least. Let's see, it's Wednesday. Week and a half after the surgery, just about. I haven't actually filmed a lot of a recovery yet, and there are several reasons for that. Part of it is because, honestly, I've just been too focused on resting and taking care of myself, because there have been some rough days and I just didn't really feel like picking up the camera. There have also been some really good moments, and I do feel like I've finally hit that point in recovery where you start to feel like you improve every day, which is wonderful, because the first week is just like hell. It was a very different type of hell than after my last laparoscopy, so that was interesting, but there was a lot of really unfortunate pooping that happened. And now, to clarify, I have had issues with constipation for like most of my life. I mean, that's just been my situation. So that, and given the fact that I also know from experience that coming off of all the meds and stuff from surgery, you tend to be a little stopped up. So I'd stocked up on magnesium, and I'd even gotten some laxative just in case. I did take a laxative the day before the surgery, even though they told me I didn't have to, but there weren't clear instructions on that part, and I just figured it would help myself out if I if I just cleared it out beforehand. So yeah, I did all I could do to try and, you know, prepare that area. And maybe I did too good of a job, or maybe I just had a different reaction to the surgery and the medication that I was expecting. Probably a bit of both. But I had a good like 48 hours or more where I was just, my butthole was a faucet. I don't know how else to say that, and if that's too much information for you, you probably don't have a chronic illness. Because that was rough. Because you've just had abdominal surgery and they've like moved around your organs and cut things out and all that jazz. It's really sensitive. Your ab muscles do not know what the fuck to do with themselves. And I was like, just like the pressure of having to constantly poop for like 2 days was just awful. And I was so drained and my energy was just gone. So I did a lot of sleeping, and I was staying with wonderful friends who were taking great care of me. I mean, it was a perfect environment, I think, to go to right afterwards. And I got to just focus on taking care of myself, and also having people around me that I knew could help me if I needed, and that I just felt comfortable being around. I mean, I slept most of the time, but just knowing that I was in that positive environment was really good, I think. Yeah, I'm staying with another friend at the moment, and this is also a very positive environment, so I think hopefully that will keep being a good thing for my recovery. A couple of updates. I'm not allowed to lift anything over 3 kilos, so like 6-ish pounds, for 3 weeks, so that's interesting. I've got lovely people that are going to run some errands for me to get food and things like that. The diarrhea has calmed down, so this is something we all need to be very excited about. Like, really, though. And I know I'm probably going to mention it several more times, but it was horrific. I cannot stress this enough. Okay? I can now stand up a little bit quicker. I don't necessarily have to like turn all the way over to my side before I get up. Again, that's one of those things, if you know, you know. If you can't use your ab muscles, it's kind of hard to sit straight up. You kind of have to like brace yourself or roll over and then awkwardly push yourself up. It's a whole thing. But that's getting easier. Standing up, I can almost stand up all the way straight, so this is also a very big deal. So a little bit hunched because stretching your muscles all the way back is painful, and just it's so weak. It's almost like it's like your abs don't know how to do anything, and I'm not the most muscular person to begin with, so there's that. Oh yeah, and here's the trick. Okay, so I was having all those issues with my digestion, and not only was I having the horrific diarrhea that I've mentioned, it felt like everything was just sort of moving much quicker through my intestines. Like, I would eat, and within half an hour it was like and I was on the toilet. But also with that, I had the like really horrible cramps after I ate, and I was super nauseous. And I know all of that could be because of the medication I'm on, the pain meds, and coming off all of the medication from the surgery. Which, side note, I finally got a list of the medication I was on, and there was some heavy shit on there. Oh yeah, the magic thing that I discovered, which I already knew about. But so when I got back to, so I spent the first week at one friend's place, and then came back to where I've been staying for the last few weeks. I smoked for the first time. I'm a pretty avid weed smoker. Medicinally and recreationally, it's become a lot more medicinal in the last few years. So let me tell you, magic. And I also happen to live in a place where it's easy to get a hold of. So I smoked for the first time since surgery, and I will say my stomach was so much happier. I smoked a bit and I laid down, and everything just sort of relaxed, and the nausea went away. So I was able to eat a bit more, which I haven't eaten a whole lot since the surgery because my stomach gets full very quickly, or it just feels too cramped in there. I would so much prefer use that pain medication than the other pain medication. And so far, as of the last couple of days, I haven't had to use my other pain medication, like the prescription stuff, as much. And I hope that trend continues, because I hate being on so much pain medication. It messes with me in other ways. It would just be nice not to have to rely on that anymore if I can. You know, I know it's a resource and it's there, and obviously I will use it if I need it. I've gotten quite good at paying attention to what my body needs at this point. But yeah, seriously, that magic drug though. It's wonderful weather here in Amsterdam today. It was almost like summer. It's gonna be nasty again soon, but the last couple of days have just been, as I've been feeling better, it's been really nice to, even though I can't do much, just sort of lay around in the sun in the room I'm staying in. Yeah, I'm feeling, it's been a bit rough, but I'm feeling better, and I'm feeling hopeful in a way, because there are some things that I've noticed are different, like some of my pains are different. It's still a bit too early, I think, to know if that's how it's going to stay forever, because I'm only a week and a half out from the surgery. But again, I'm hopeful, cautiously optimistic that as I continue to heal from the surgery itself, that at least something has changed. It really does feel like something has changed. I don't know all the details of what they did in the surgery yet. That's been an interesting experience. I've gotten like bits and pieces from different nurses and stuff, but I see my surgeon in person next week for my post-op, so hopefully I'll get the full story then. But what I do know now is that there was at least one cyst they removed that was hemorrhaging. Just a casual internal bleed. It's fine. And then I know that they did remove some endo, so that's still confirmed. Like, I do definitely still have that. They just didn't say from where. And then there was a weird thing on there that said, like, maybe the translation was weird because it was in Dutch, so I had to, you know, translations are not always perfect. Simple large resection? Resection of what? I have no idea. So we'll find that out soon. And then a moderately complex biopsy. Also don't know what the fuck that means, but I'm interested to find out. And the other big interesting change is, I'm sure there are people that could relate. Every time I move positions, it feels like all of my intestines and organs just sort of go like to the other side. It's the weirdest feeling ever. That's why I'm convinced they must have loosened something up in there. I'm not sure part of that is just the surgery in general, but I didn't have this much like movement of my organs after my last surgery, so they freed up something in there, I think. I would be surprised if they didn't. I've just been trying to really pay attention to my mental health, especially because it's been a little stressed lately by some life. So yeah, that's been my main focus. Let's see, the surgery was on Monday. I had the horrific stomach stuff from like Wednesday to Friday-ish. So Saturday and Sunday is when it kind of started to feel human, but I was still kind of in that wonky place. My stomach was still a little bit weird. Yeah, and then since then it's sort of just like every day my head and the rest of my body is kind of feel like it's finally come out of the fuzz, the surgery fuzz. I'm excited to see how things progress, and yeah, just keep taking care of myself, and really appreciating and feeling very grateful for all the wonderful people I have around me that are helping me right now in whatever way possible, big, small, medium, just checking in on me. It's been really wonderful, and it's definitely made me feel a bit of peace in all of the chaos that's going on right now. So that was a bit of a long update, but there we go.